Is 7:15. Hopefully you're having a great weekend so far as we get up early this morning. It is a beautiful start to the day, but we have lots of heat coming up this weekend. Plenty of sunshine, 79 degrees. This is the best time of the day in the morning to get out and get a walk in and, enjoy the outdoors before it gets too hot later on. Right now we've got dew points in the mid 70s, so it is very humid, and that will be the case this weekend. Heat and humidity, but it gets even worse heading into the new work week. That's when we could have some extreme heat settling in next week. Temperatures mostly in the mid to upper 70s right now across southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi, 80s along the lakefront and on the South Shore, in a few spots in New Orleans, 80s along the coast, 83 in Grand Isle. If you are going to the Tarpon Rodeo today, the weather is going to be just spectacular across the board. The whole entire area, this entire weekend, the weather is going to be fantastic, but really hot. Live look at satellite. We have some thin clouds streaming in from the north. It's going to be a mostly dry weekend, too, as an area of high pressure builds in. Not much rain at all today and tomorrow, but lots of sunshine all weekend long. Very hot and humid. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s today and tomorrow, but it will feel like the 100s, up to maybe 100 to 105 degrees in the afternoons, especially as we head into tomorrow. So it could feel like up to 105 today, 107 tomorrow, and then Monday and the rest of the work week, that's when it could feel like close to 110 in the afternoons because our moisture content will be increasing. It actually gets more muggy heading into the new work week. So if you will be out and about this weekend or even next week, if you work outdoors, make sure you're staying safe in the heat, staying hydrated, drinking plenty of water, taking breaks in the shade if you can, or maybe you can find some air conditioning. Dress appropriately, wear those light, loose-fitting clothes. Don't forget sun protection, especially if you're hitting the playground with the kids or the splash pads this weekend. Need the sunscreen, the hats, the sunglasses, and of course, never leave anything valuable in the car when you step out in the heat and go to the grocery store, things like that. So there is a heat wave building across the Midwest and the western U.S. We have extreme heat watches and warnings to our north and west, and heat advisories stretching all the way down into Texas. We do not have any advisories or warnings yet, but that could change going into the new work week as this high pressure heat dome off to the west extends farther to the east and influences our weather and heats us up. And also with the high pressure building in, we're not going to have much rain at all to help cool us off over the next few days. In fact, we could see near record heat going into tomorrow, and especially in the early part of the week coming up, our actual temperatures will be in the upper 90s. So that's near record temperatures as we get close to 100 degrees for our actual air temperatures. And with that moisture increasing, that's when it starts to feel oppressively muggy for the new work week. It could feel like up to maybe 110 plus in the afternoons. Now that high pressure should finally start to shift west by Friday and next weekend. So that could bring us a few more hit or miss storms later next week. So what we're watching for is, yes, this weekend will be hot, but it gets even hotter in the new work week. That's when we could have our feels like temperatures up to maybe 110 in the afternoon. Good news is out in the tropics, nothing to track. The tropics will be staying nice and quiet over the next week. Nothing in the Atlantic basin, but out in the Pacific Ocean, the Eastern Pacific, we've got two big storms out there. Hurricane Fausto and Tropical Storm Genevieve all heading out west. Fausto is going to be moving towards Hawaii early in the work week, but it will be weakening down to a tropical storm. Obviously, we don't have to worry about these, but just wanted to show you what's happening out in the Eastern Pacific. Here's your 7-day. Get ready for extreme heat over the next week. Near record temperatures coming up, but we'll bring back a few hit or miss showers and storms coming up mid to late week.